Hey guys, good morning. I wanted to make a quick video today just because the past few days I've had a weird past few days, and I wanted to make sure I logged this into a video just in case something good ended up happening from it. So I will start with telling you guys my Fertility Friend app still has not confirmed my ovulation. I did not take any ovulation tests for this cycle because I kind of wanted to do what I did last cycle and just see what happens on its own. But I have been taking temperatures, and I'll show you guys my chart. I'm surprised it hasn't confirmed ovulation yet, but according to the app, it says I should have ovulated last Friday, which will be August 21st. But with my symptoms and everything I felt, I believe I ovulated Thursday, the 20th. And that's when I put all my notes, because that's when I had the cramping. And as for my temperatures, that's the day that I had my drop, which I would think would be my ovulation drop. So that Thursday I had a slight, that's when I started tracking my BBT, but I had that slight drop, and then it went up to 98.3, stayed there for 4 days, and today I had a big spike, 98.8. And this spike, I actually had it yesterday during the afternoon because I felt myself get really warm, and just for fun I took my temperature that afternoon. I was already resting in the bed, so I just wanted to see what my temperature was, and it was I think it was 99.2. And then this morning it was 98.8, which is still a huge spike from what it's been the past 4 days. So even with that, I still don't have a set ovulation day according to this app, so I'm not sure what's going on there. Another weird thing is I had spotting on Saturday, and it wasn't just normal spotting. Like, there was actually blood on my underwear, and I had to put on a pad. That day we spent the day at the beach, so I'm not sure how much I really bled, because I did get into the beach, the water, but from the way it was in the morning, I bled quite a bit. It was almost like the beginning of a period. And then Sunday, you can see I marked spotting again. I had some bleeding in the morning, but by the end of the day, all the blood was gone. Everything was clear. And so just because I was maybe wondering if that could be implantation, I did start testing. I know it's super early. Nothing would show positive at this point, but I wasn't sure if maybe I ovulated way earlier than I thought, and that could be implantation. So I took a test that Saturday when I first noticed the spotting, and it looked negative. I took another test that Sunday because I was still spotting that morning, and it looked negative. Monday was yesterday, no spotting at all. Everything is clear, like not even any leftover spotting from the past 2 days. The test seemed negative yesterday, and then I took another test, which you won't be able to see anything on the camera, but I feel like it has a very faint line, like a faint shadow line. Could just be me, because the past few cycles have been like this too. Sometimes I get faint lines or evaporation lines, but I woke up today and no spotting at all. And I will go through some symptoms. So the first weird thing was the spotting. I've heard that ovulation spotting is a thing, but I am 28 years old and I've never had any type of ovulation spotting at all. I haven't even ever experienced implantation spotting with my past pregnancies, so that's kind of weird. The second weird thing is that crazy temperature spike. But let's say I did ovulate that Thursday, I would only be 5 DPO. So I know it's extremely early to even consider testing, but I just wanted to test just because of that weird mid-cycle spotting that I never have. So I've been tracking some random symptoms that I've had. Don't know if it's related to anything or it's just in my head. But I'll go back to when I had the spotting. So Saturday, August 22nd, I wrote everything down that I had to put a pad on, and I was feeling very sleepy. during the day and the night. The next day I had a headache, which was Sunday. My bladder has been super sensitive too. That's another thing I noticed. I could almost feel like my bladder filling up and I have to go to the bathroom immediately. I felt sleepy all day to the point where I had like burning eyes. I've had a pretty sensitive nose the past few days, but I've also been waking up earlier than usual because the kids started school over here. So that might be related to that. So there I just wrote down how I spotted in the morning, but it was completely clear by noon and I didn't spot any more the rest of the day. And I've also had a little slight cramping. That's what not sure if it's in my head or if I'm actually feeling the cramping, but I feel crampy sometimes and almost like a dull ache in the cervix area, which I usually get that before AF shows, but it's way too early. I still have like about 10 days before it's time for AF. So that Monday, when all the spotting was gone, I did feel like I was feeling tingly pricks in the uterus areas. My boobs feel fuller. And that's when I felt warm. So I took a temperature. It was 99.2. And then today I woke up with another headache. I had a headache on Sunday. And today I have another headache. And then my temperature was 98.8, which is still way higher than the day before. Not as high as yesterday in the afternoon, but still pretty up there. So yeah, I'm just sitting here by the window. I feel like I see a slight line on today's morning test, but I really shouldn't even be testing this early because I highly doubt I would have implanted already and the HCG would already be showing. But you'd never know. Everybody's different. I could have possibly ovulated way before the day that I think I ovulated. Obviously the test still hasn't, or the app still hasn't confirmed my ovulation, and I didn't take any ovulation tests this cycle, so I wouldn't know that way. I'm really only going by the symptoms that I had on that Thursday and the temperatures. So I don't know what's going on, but I just wanted to make this into a short update video. Let's see. My period is due not till September 4th. So I literally have 10 days to go. So I'm still way too early for anything. Way too early to even start feeling PMS symptoms. And way too early to have a confirmed positive pregnancy test. But who knows? It's been a crazy cycle already, so anything can happen. Yeah, we've had a crazy, especially yesterday, we had a crazy day. I was actually going to show you guys. I shared this on our Facebook page, but yesterday, while me and my hubby were home, we were watching TV and the power went out in our room. So he came over here to check. Everything's pretty much a mess right now. Came back here to check and our breaker box had caught on fire. As you can see here, this is our old breaker box and it's all black. All the wires were melting. Our kitchen was full of smoke. It was a very scary experience for sure. He quickly ran outside, got the power turned off for the whole house, and came back in, unscrewed. This is our new breaker box, but he unscrewed the thing, and there was flames coming out of in here. So he was able to quickly turn it off. Thank God we didn't have any more damage. And I'm just thankful that he was home to be able to figure all this out, because just a few hours before this happened, he wasn't here. He was at work. I wouldn't have known what to do in like such a fast reaction. So he was able to turn off the flame. Nothing else was damaged. We did have to buy a new breaker box and all the new breakers, and luckily he knows how to rewire all this stuff. So we still got some finishing touches to do, but as you can see, our power is working. Everything's working. The only thing we still got to figure out is the water heater plugs, but everything else, AC, refrigerators, everything has power right now. So I wanted to share that. with you guys because sometimes we take life for granted. I can only imagine if he wasn't home and was able to do this, it could have ended very differently for us, or even worse, if we had went to sleep for the night and it had happened overnight, it could have been 10 times worse. We all know what could have happened. So I am just grateful for God's protection over us. I was just praying yesterday. I was listening to some worship songs on YouTube, and I was praying, and I told God that I will shout to the mountaintops all the testimonies. And then this happened. So it's just crazy how God protects us. And although it wasn't fun having to buy all this new stuff to fix it, my husband has the knowledge of being able to rewire everything, and he was able to do that, which at the end of the day saved us tons of money. And obviously I'm grateful for our house not burning down, because it could have happened while we weren't home and our house would have ended up burning. Just in that short time that it took him to walk from the room to see what was going on in the breaker box, there was already a flame. So who knows how fast that could have escalated and burned our whole house down. Or like I said, if we were sleeping at nighttime, we could have been trapped inside of our own house on fire. So I just wanted to share with you guys that testimony, how God is good and God protects us. At first I was kind of upset because we've already been dealing with so many things breaking down in our house, and we have to save up money to buy new things. So my first instinct was to be upset with God, like, here we go, now another thing that we have to spend money to fix on, and we're already behind on stuff. But then I thought about it, and I just realized how good God is to us. This is just the enemy trying to make attacks on our lives and trying to attack us and bring us down. But our God protected us yesterday, and I'm just so grateful for it, and I wanted to share that story with you guys. So with that said, I am super motivated about our future, and I'm super motivated about this cycle. It's been such a weird cycle, but I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna keep testing just because I have the test, and I'm just curious to see, because if this is the start of something, then I'll be able to track the lines getting darker. I forgot what that's called, the line progression. So we will see what happens. Nothing is showing up enough to show you on camera, and it could just be a faulty test like usual. But I'm going to keep testing, and I'm not going to be posting the daily videos of testing until I get later on into my cycle. But I just wanted to show you guys what was going on so far and why I thought this cycle was kind of weird already. And if I do end up getting pregnant, then I have all this on a video to look back to. So I hope you guys have a great week and have a blessed rest of your week. I'll be back very soon with another video, so make sure you subscribe to our channel and let me know if you have a channel as well that you'd like me to subscribe to, and I'll be happy to do that for you guys. So thank you guys again, and I will see you guys later in my next video.